What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oleksandr Usyk, Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Get this. In 2022, this fight could actually take place. And here's how. As roadblocks continue to get in the way of a Tyson Fury fight, Oleksandr Usyk taking on Deontay Wilder gathers pace as a viable heavyweight clash for this year. Fury and Usyk, the number one and number two in the division, look unlikely to agree on a deal this year, with the former planning to potentially return in March before facing Dillian Whyte in the late summer. The Whyte fight was due to be next for Fury. However, an argument over the purse split could delay it beyond the control of the Gypsy King and his team. Therefore, promoter Frank Warren is eyeing up a date for March 26th for his alternative opponent before Whyte comes into play and he completes his arbitration with the WBC. That possibly puts Fury on the shelf when it comes to an undisputed battle up until 2023. The situation leaves Usyk free for a voluntary defense after a rematch with Anthony Joshua. Usyk is a big favorite to repeat his comprehensive victory over AJ. The formidable Ukrainian is free to choose from the World Boxing Council's top 15 top rankings. Deontay Wilder is currently top rated with the WBC and 100% the most marketable fight for Usyk and is number one. An event would also allow Usyk to travel to the United States for a pay-per-view extravaganza in the boxing capital of the world, Las Vegas. Wilder's reputation has soared on home soil since this third fight with Fury. The Bronze Bomber dropped the Brit twice in an ongoing war, taking the total knockdowns to 4 in in an awesome trilogy. Now, let me counterpunch, because I'm going to stop there. I don't know if you guys can remember, but maybe a couple months ago, I did a live with Oleksandr Usyk and Deontay Wilder, and everybody was like, "Okay, well, how the hell does this go? How do you figure?" And I told everybody, I said, well, if Tyson Fury, being who Tyson Fury is, he's not known to defend belts. He's known to steal them. Okay, he steals belts. He doesn't defend them. You know, I think he just likes the victory of the hunt. Okay, Tyson Fury's a hunter. Like he likes to kill game. He doesn't like to skin it and eat it. Okay, he doesn't. That's not his. His sport is to fight. He gets it, and then I don't think he really appreciates it when he gets it. That's just Tyson Fury. You know, he's like, okay, on to the next one or whatever. You know, and if he does or if he can't come in negotiations with Dillian Whyte, right? Well, he may get stripped. Well, Dillian Whyte could fight for the belt, but then the WBC and Dillian Whyte still have problems. So what the WBC might do, they might have Deontay Wilder as the number one take on Usyk. If Usyk beats Anthony Joshua again, that would be the fight to be made. Okay. Now we know that Tyson Fury has his eye on the winner of Joshua Usyk, but if Usyk wins, I think Tyson Fury would be more inclined to say, you know what? I will see, and I will sit back and see what Usyk does with Deontay Wilder. Then I'll fight the winner out of those. He could possibly do that, okay? Because if Joshua loses again, his stock is going to drop, and nobody would really want to fight Joshua at that point. If Joshua wants to even fight after that, who knows? Because he might want to take a break himself. You know, the high quality fights that he's been in for, you know, between mandatories and just, you know, top opposition. But that still leaves Oleksandr Usyk looking for that overall final complete unification. Okay, so Deontay Wilder being number one at the WBC could say, you know what? As long as Dillian Whyte, and we have this going on with Dillian Whyte, Oleksandr Usyk, excuse me, Oleksandr Usyk could fight Deontay Wilder for that. Okay, he could fight Deontay Wilder, and those guys could be, they could battle it out while the WBC figures out what they're going to do with Whyte. And I feel that as far as Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is that type of dude that would give anybody problems with that hard punching power. Okay. This is boxing. We never know. We really never know what will take place, what will go on. And I feel that Usyk versus Deontay Wilder is a fight that I always wanted to see. Because you also can remember Deontay Wilder wanted to go down to cruiserweight when his brother was hot shit, right? When he had those couple fights where he looked like he was going to be the next Wilder, or, the second, generation Wilder that does do a lot of things such as knockouts. But, he stopped his reign because he got knocked out by a journeyman. So, but he did want to go down to cruiserweight. Well, now the cruiserweight, or the best cruiserweight in the world, has came up to heavyweight. And Wilder was one of those guys that told Usyk, hey, he needs to stay where he's at before he gets knocked out. Well, I think if that fight presents itself and Usyk does beat Joshua, I think Deontay Wilder will want to fight Usyk faster than anybody else, because I think he will look at Usyk the same way he looked at Andy Ruiz. Because remember when Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua, that's all Deontay Wilder wanted to do. He wanted to fight the guy that beat the guy that was his rival, which is Anthony Joshua. So I think Deontay Wilder would jump on that with no question. Okay. A southpaw versus a guy with a dangerous right hand. All they're going to think and fixate on, Malik Scott's going to be up for the challenge. But that would be a very interesting fight, and that fight could be possible this year. You guys tell me what you think of Oleksandr Usyk possibly taking on Deontay Wilder for an undisputed showdown. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.